We're halfway through the 2010 season now, and this week we're taking a look at each driver's progress individually in our GPUpdate half-term reports. For David Coulthard though, it's an enjoyable second season to be talking about on the BBC, although of course there's naturally an added interest for Red Bull racing. And after a fourth Red Bull win of the season in Valencia, what does he make of the inter-team battle so far?
If you look at the battle between Sebastian and Marc, it's very interesting because obviously Sebastian's at the beginning of his career, a young guy. Marc's been around for a few more years, and based on their first year together, Sebastian pretty much had the pace on Marc in qualifying. But I think that Marc was affected by his bicycle crash at the beginning of the year. It took a little bit the wind out of his sails, and he didn't perform as well as he might have. But if you look this year, they've both been a lot more evenly matched. They both had great speed in qualifying, they've won Grand Prix. They have a healthy respect for each other, and it's going to be a tight battle.
In terms of the title chase, it's been fantastic. 5 different championship leaders so far. Where do we go from here?
Well, interestingly, the point system for this year, with 25 points for a win, you would think is keeping it a lot closer. But in actual fact, Canada, we worked it out on the basis of the old point scoring system, and really all the guys were still very close. So I think that this is a close season, irrespective of the point system. I think that you know, Ferrari won the first race, Red Bull won the next few, then obviously Jenson had a good run, Lewis has come back strong. These guys are just all in good cars, they're motivated, and you know, we're seeing different winners, and that's exactly what Formula One should be like. It should be a strong battle right to the end of the season.
An old flame has returned to the grid, although it hasn't quite been what we expected.
Well, the story of Michael coming back to Formula One, I think, is a great story. It gives the young drivers, your Sebastian Vettels, your Lewis Hamiltons, people like that who never raced against him, the chance to be out on track. And whether you are a fan or not, Michael is the most successful driver in the history of the sport. I think it's always going to be difficult for him to recapture the same level of success he had at Ferrari, because that was a golden era. It was still in a transitional period of Formula One where cars were not that reliable as we see today. And you know, it's a lot closer today than maybe it was at that time. So anyone who's expecting to see Michael winning multiple Grand Prix, I don't think you're going to see that. Can he win again? Yeah, of course he can. He's a great driver. Will it be this year? Really, it's in the hands of the development of Mercedes. But so far, based on the first 8 races, it's not looking that they are, you know, a serious championship contender.
So, David's personal favourite for 2010?
Well, again, it's a difficult thing to try and place your money on which team is going to win the championship. Beginning of the year, the first few races, you would say for sure it was going to be a Red Bull driver who'd be the champion. Obviously, the way the point system is, McLaren have come back strong with some wins for Jenson and also Lewis. Fernando's still in the hunt at Ferrari, and he's a quality driver. So I think that we have one of the closest world championships that we've seen for many years, where any one of those 5 guys can win this world championship. I don't know. You know, I'm not trying to avoid the question. I hope it's a Red Bull guy, because that would just be an amazing story, and it would give me a great deal of pride to have been part of that process. But if it was any one of Lewis, Jenson or Fernando, you cannot say they're not quality drivers, and you cannot say they wouldn't deserve to win this championship. But it would be a great story if either Sebastian and Marc were able to do it.